show 332 for the week of July 12th, 2015.
You're listening to The Mouse Moment. Find us at themousemoment.com. Listen every week for a new show and rate us on iTunes. Follow us at youtube.com/theseamazingplaces, facebook.com/theseamazingplaces, twitter.com/amazingplaces, or contact us at podcast@theseamazingplaces.com.
Welcome back, everybody. On this show, we have the whole gang once again. Say hello, Cameron.
Hello.
That's all we get out of Cameron tonight. Next.
Hey, what's up? Nope.
He's got to follow Comic-Con. Come on.
That's right. Yeah, I know. He's trying to watch his little screen somewhere else that's, got the Comic-Con stuff going on. And, well, the guy who I called the brother from another mother last week, and my wife said, "You're an idiot." that would be Roy. Roy's back.
Hey.
So, hey, Roy.
Hey, good to be here.
And last we have Adam, who is at this moment praying that his kids stay asleep.
Yes.
All
Wife's
right.
not here right now, so we'll see how it goes. I may mute the mic and or let the cats talk while I go and take care of
Well, that
some
might be
things.
interesting. That'd be a different point.
Yeah,
to
they're
the
both
show.
napping around here, so.
Okay. All right.
Cats
So what
don't care.
we're going to talk about on this show will be Roy's latest trip, and that was on a Disney cruise. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that happened before Roy even really set foot, into the plane to take off to get to Florida, to get on the cruise ship, and to do all that. But then we're going to take you through the entire cruise, stuff that went on. And it's always an exciting trip whenever Roy and his family go along to do something. So a little more exciting this time than usual, though. Correct, Roy?
We had a little drama.
All right. So take us through this, Roy.
Well, we mentioned this trip a long time ago that it was in the works, and it's amazing how quick they come and go. I can't believe we've been back almost a week. But in planning this thing, the cruise left on Saturday. And of course, it's always a good idea to fly down the day before, just in case something happens to the flight, delays, weather, or in our case, we had a 5:30 a.m. flight, and we thought we got to the airport in plenty of time. We got there like we usually do, with about 50 minutes to spare, usually enough time to check our bags, get through security, get on the plane and go. Well, Columbus Airport, for whatever reason, I heard later that I think there were 5 flights the day before that had been canceled due to weather. So you had all those people there at the airport trying to get out. The bottom line was there was just a mass of people in the Southwest line trying to check bags. We missed our flight, and we didn't miss it by much, but we missed it. And so standing at the counter with 6 bags, going, okay, now what? And all the next flights, the next 2 or 3 flights were booked into Orlando. She goes, I can get you into Tampa on a 4 o'clock. And this is at about 5:30 in the morning. We're standing here at the airport.
Oh, man.
And it's like, okay, that's the best we can do. This we got to get down there today, because we can't try and get down there Saturday morning because it could happen again. So we came back, we got our bags, came back home. My wife and son kind of laid down for a while, and I got on the computer, and number one, we had reservations at Cape May. We had reservations for dinner at Via Napoli. I had to call and kind of cancel both those. They had mercy on me, didn't charge me anything, which was nice. And then I got on and rented a car through Costco Travel from Tampa, returning to the Dolphin through Alamo. I can get $50. Wasn't bad. That was for an SUV.
No, that's really not bad at all. Wow.
No. I think I went to Alamo directly, and it was like $75. And I was like, what am I doing? So I logged into Costco, and it was like, $20 less. So I booked it, got everything organized, and just kind of chilled for a little while. So we got into Tampa, and the traffic on I-4 was fine. We got to Beach Club about 8 o'clock. remember texting you guys. It's like we finally made it, and we got into our room. We did get the text from the resort because I checked in online. Never went to the counter.
How'd you like that?
Got the text that it was good. It was good, and it worked well at Old Key West as well.
Yeah.
But we got to the room. The keys worked. Got our bags in there, and walked into Epcot in time for Illuminations. And went up to Tokyo Dining. Had to wait about 20 minutes, but that gave us time to watch the first part of Illuminations before the song. So we went and sat at the window and watched the finale. So after a very crazy, hectic day, it ended well. So, and then of course Saturday comes and you're up early. The bus did not leave until noon.
Whoa, really?
Which is late. I had contemplating getting a town car or some other transportation because of that, but in the end, it wasn't a big deal. They came and got our bags at 8 o'clock in the morning, so we had to have those all ready to go. And they came by and picked them up. So Alex and I went over to the park, went to Patisserie and got some breakfast.
Okay, so you went to Patisserie?
I'm staring at the donut right now, or whatever that is.
Whenever got some, that's a baguette, I think.
Baguette?
Yeah, I didn't say that. If everybody goes to the website, if you want to, I'm going to put each one of these pictures up, and you can follow along. If it works well enough, I'll put all this audio over top of a video and run it up on YouTube also. So
cool.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, we actually got quiche. We each got a quiche and then got a couple turnover in that baguette. I think that's what it's called.
With powdered sugar?
Baguette. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Is that right? Is that the right word?
I think wrong. Baguette. I think of like what you get at Panera with your salad. Yeah, it's just bread without.
And it's something
powder.
else. I'm misspeaking. It's something else, but it's like a jelly-filled donut is what it was.
But jelly-filled.
A little firmer bread, little different bread.
Sure.
But anywho, so we had time in the morning to kind of chill, go over there and get some breakfast. Come
that's
back.
Actually kind of nice, isn't it? Just to be able to do that.
It was. It's always a little crazy getting your bags ready and getting them out so early. And you do that the last night of the cruise too. They come get your bags.
Well, you guys probably didn't have much unpacked or anything, did you? I mean,
we were totally unpacked.
Were you really?
Yeah, we settled it for the week. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really good. But again, the bus left at noon. Got there on time. Exciting to come over the bridge and see the ship over there, and it's a big ship. It's just massive.
Yes,
but
it is.
Everything went smooth. The port. I mean, by the time we got there, there weren't a whole lot of folks to get on this ship. So we checked in and walked on. It was no big deal. And of course, they got some food going on. We got a little bite to eat, and they got the deck party and all that stuff. And then they got the mandatory drill you got to go to. And this is even before you leave the dock.
Okay,
the lifeboat thing.
Yeah, what's the little Dumbo thing that I see here in this picture?
Well, that's at our cabin. Our cabin was on the back of the ship.
Okay.
So when we got on our veranda, that's what we looked at. We had Dumbo right outside, and so it was a nice room. It was a little noisier because we were on level 5, which is lower. The lowest level is 1, and so we had some engine noise, but it was actually kind of like white noise when you're trying to sleep. There were some nights where you had a little more vibration than I would have liked, but overall, I asked Alex, if he would get this room again. He says, "Yeah, it was nice." Because, especially the view out the back, because you really had a nice, wide, panoramic view of the ocean on our veranda. So, I liked it. It was
you get the pick when you book?
Yeah, and I didn't have any choices when I booked. And again, crazy because I booked in December, and there really weren't many veranda rooms left. If any. This might maybe been one of the few that were available, which is surprising that far out. But So, and the first night, and I mean, once you set sail, your rotational dining starts. So we always get dressed up for dinner, not suit and tie, but business casual kind of things. And then we had the first seating. We had changed to the first seating because we like to go to dinner and then see the show. And so right out of the gate, you got dinner and then you got a show, and then usually you just got some hanging out time before you're crashing.
So how's
Go
that
ahead.
work? If you get assigned the evening one, how do you switch it? Are you allowed to?
You can, yeah, because when I initially booked, that's where we were. We were sitting at the second seating, and I knew we wanted the first one. So at some point, I maybe January, February, I called I actually booked this through Costco Travel, just because they give you. I got a gift card in the mail for booking the cruise, and it's substantial. So they
Okay.
kick back quite a bit of their commission if you book through them. So
Through
it's hard. It's hard to beat.
Costco Travel.
Costco
Is it?
Travel. You got to be a
Interesting.
Costco member.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say. It's Costco, the store Costco, right?
Yeah.
Yep. But it's.
Okay.
I tell you what. I got a gift card for $520.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
So, yeah.
Disney?
Wait, before you went?
No, it's a Costco gift card.
Oh,
okay.
Costco.
No, we had.
Okay.
It was in the mail when we came back. It was waiting for us.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
Still.
Wow.
Wow. That's pretty good.
That's a lot of food or clothes or whatever you get at Costco. So again, they're kicking back a lot of their commission. Not all of it, obviously, but it really is a good deal.
It's
So,
enough to get your attention.
But you're not gonna. Yeah, and I don't think I may have talked to somebody once. So it wasn't like I was using them for advice. It was simply the financial benefit of booking through them and then getting the gift card later.
No.
So
Now, does
Okay.
it have the whole package? Will it, like, give you a car and everything?
what's that?
Like, rent a car and, like, the whole hotel package, like, or the whole
You can.
cruise package?
You can through them.
Oh.
They have. I mean, it's a full service travel agency.
Really? I didn't know
But
that. 'Cause I've
If I rent car, I rent through Costco Travel. Like I said, when I booked, was looking for a car from Tampa to Orlando, I got on Alamo. I think I found one for $75 and got on Costco. This exact same vehicle for $20 less.
This is
$25
huge. I didn't expect to get any of this information. This
No,
is
neither
great.
did I. I didn't
No-
think to go through Costco at all.
This is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
We gotta discover, see if Disney World bookings are better with them. So
Huh.
Yeah.
Especially that gift
Again,
card. That's nuts.
when they offer these gift cards as a perk, as a benefit, it's hard to argue with that.
Yeah,
Now,
well, you
if
gotta-
you need a lot of advice,
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how expert they are on traveling to Disney World or Disneyland or overseas, but again, just the financial benefit is worth it if you kind of know what you're doing, what you want. So
Yeah, that's actually great. I never heard anything about that.
all right. Cool.
Okay, so all right, we have pictures of food here.
What is that? Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, the first night we got some escargot, French onion soup. Then I got a couple of desserts sitting there for you. A little souffle, like a vanilla souffle thing, and a little sliced apple, baked apple, ice cream, and the food was really good at the rotational restaurants. Wasn't great.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I was disappointed, but I had a steak one night, and this was what restaurant this was in. If it was in Royal Court, but it was not a good steak. It was thin and it was overcooked. It's like,
Oh,
Huh.
well done.
most of it was pretty tasty. I mean, we ate, our meals at Remy and our meal at Palo were outstanding.
Yeah, we'll get into those because
Yeah.
we'll get
Yeah.
into those.
Where's this one at?
This is at Royal Court, and inside there they've got pictures of the princesses, and it's obviously it's kind of castle like and very regal.
And this is
the waiter.
Is this just a walk-in
ahead.
restaurant, or do you actually have to have reservations at this one?
Well, when you book, you're assigned a rotation. There's 3 main restaurants on the ship. On ours was Royal Court, Animator's Palette, and Enchanted Garden, and they give you a rotation. So our first night was Royal Court, second night was Animator's Palette, third night was going to be, what was it going to be? Enchanted Garden. That's the night we went to Remy.
Okay.
Then the next night we came back to Royal Court. The next night would have been Animator's Palette, I believe.
Yeah, which you've got. Yeah, will come up on photos from
And
that.
that's been like Palo. and then the next night we did go to Animator's Palette, and then Enchanted Garden was our last night.
Okay.
So they give you a rotation, and it varies. And so you don't have to go to these restaurants to eat dinner. You could go to the buffet if you wanted to, but I'd hate to miss the experience.
Of those three, which one do you think was the best of the three rotation restaurants?
I really liked Animators. I think food was, I mean, it's all coming out of kind of the same kitchen, but it was just a nicer environment. The show was very cool. They did a couple of different variations on it. The first night was kind of an interactive, a little bit like Turtle Talk with Crush.
I saw that picture.
Very interactive.
We'll get to it later.
Yeah. And then the last night is when they had you draw on your placemat like a little stick figure person, but any way you wanted to, and then they animated them at the end, and it was very cool how they did it. And I do have some video of that, but just the whole environment. I think the food was just a little whatever. If it was just the menu that night or whatever, maybe it was just luck of the draw for them. But I thought the main courses were just a little better.
So,
Animators.
question: if you rotate and you're back to the same restaurant you already were at, is the menu different then?
It's different. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They have different menus every time you're in there.
Okay.
Like on the pirate night, they have a pirate menu, Pirates in the Caribbean menu. There's a Prince and Princess menu one night. So yeah, if you repeat the restaurant, you're going to get a different menu. You're not going to have the same menu any night, which is cool. I mean, that's nice. You're not getting the same food. But so yeah, the first day is a little crazy getting settled in. I mean, we unpacked our suitcase, we filled the closet, the bed, the picture that I shared with you guys. Our room slept 3. Which was obviously perfect.
It looks pretty tight.
Yeah, and it was, and they're all pretty tight. I mean, Alex's bed was a couch, obviously, and our stateroom host would come in every night and put that out, and in the morning he'd put it back, and they were very attentive that way.
So now tell me, during this time that you're eating and doing all this, the ship has not left port yet. Is that correct, or has it?
It has by now. By dinner time, it left.
Okay.
I don't think it leaves until after the drill. So once it starts pulling out, they start the sail away party. And it's like, I don't know, 4:50, 5 o'clock, something like that. They start moving, creeping out of the canal and into the ocean.
Can you really feel that at this point?
No, because you're not moving too fast out of that canal.
Right. And
really, even when you're moving, it would be amazing. We'd be walking up the aisles, like, through by the port windows, like from midship to the back of the ship. And you look out, it's like, man, we are flying. But it was very, very smooth. Again, in our room in the back of the ship, you'd get a little engine noise, get a little vibration. And even up in Remy and Palo, which are in the back of the ship, but up top, you would still get some vibration. And I don't know if that was, I heard somebody talking about the stabilizers had been out for a while, but they've got them fixed. And if that was part of the deal, I don't know. It wasn't distracting at all, but you would notice it from time to time.
Okay. So your room was tight but comfortable, correct?
Tight but comfortable, a lot of storage. You could put your bags underneath the bed, which is something they figured out on these new ships. And I think they've retrofitted the other 2 ships with storage underneath the bed, so you can put your suitcases under there. And we get 2 big closets. So we are, again, we dressed up 4 nights. Like, there's a formal night, semi-formal night, then we had Remy and Palo. So we had 4 nights where we were wearing either a suit and tie, or at least a sport coat and dress pants. So we had jackets. We had we each had a suit and a sport coat, lots of pants, and it wasn't just all shorts and t-shirts.
Right. Right.
So, but there was room for everything, which was nice.
That's real nice. Yeah.
From your room up to Remy or wherever, was that all inside air conditioned the whole way?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have to worry about heat.
Right up to it.
wearing a
No.
suit in the heat or anything
Right,
like that.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
It was good.
in room entertainment. What kind of stuff is there?
We just had a TV. I mean, and of course you had. It was interesting that there was Fox News on the TV, which is I found that surprising.
Yeah.
But you had CNN, you had MSNBC, you had some ABC, ESPN, and of course they had the bridge view, so they had like a camera on the bridge you could see where you're going. When you're pulling into a port, it's kind of cool.
And then they have like a whole library of Disney movies, right? That you can watch.
Yeah, there's quite a few Disney channels either playing music or cartoons and stuff like that. I don't know movie wise. I don't recall seeing a movie channel.
Yeah, I thought that I had
I'm not
heard
saying
that.
there wasn't one,
But yeah, I thought that I had heard that before, that there's a pretty good, a sizable library almost that you can go to that has Disney movies that you can watch. But
there probably is. But we didn't spend that much time
Right.
in the room.
Yep, I understand.
We're either changing or at the end of the day, and by then we probably just flip on the news.
Yeah.
See what was going on and just kind of wind down. But a lot of stuff going on the ship, and I'm amazed at the activities they've got and the coordination of everything. It really is mind-boggling.
Okay, and you have a
from
picture here.
receptions.
You have a picture here of 3 like pamphlets on the bed. The first one is Navigator, which is I assume that's your instructions to how to use Navigator.
Well, on each day you get a new navigator.
Okay.
And that's kind of the program for the day. It tells you what movies are showing, what menus you've got at each restaurant, all the activities that are going on throughout the day. It has everything for that day.
So it's like your park guide, kind of.
Kind of your park guide, and that's all the
Itinerary.
information that's on the app as well. So the app was very slick. It worked very, very well.
Great.
To look stuff up, find times and places of things going on. The middle pamphlet you see there's one of these every day was DVC promotion, and we stumbled upon a DVC presentation when we got on the ship, and had free drinks and kind of pushing DVC, but it was kind of a nice little welcome for DVC members. Got a new hat out of the deal and some free drinks, which is a rarity.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't have us down as DVC members. We walked up and it was no big deal. It was, oh yeah, you look like DVC members. Come on in. So it was all good. But yeah, they had one of those pamphlets on the bed, I think, every night. That other one, I think, is something about shopping.
Yeah.
In the porch or something like that, which we didn't really do any shopping.
You can
So
actually
just
scroll
real
in.
quick, Cameron, have you been on a cruise before? If he's
Yes, I
listening?
went on a Carnival cruise.
Okay.
one time.
So and Doug, you haven't, right?
I have not been on a cruise
Okay.
at all.
So you're the only one, Doug, that hasn't. So I mean, some of this stuff's common.
Okay.
Like I've been on Carnival, and
Yeah.
it's same stuff.
And you live to
actually-
tell about it. That's great.
Yeah. Well, it was right before Katrina hit. If
Oh.
you remember Katrina, it was we survived right before Katrina. So that's after that
Wow.
things went downhill. But anyway.
But ours was an Angels cruise, the baseball team.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
neat.
Really?
Team cruise. Yeah, it was really cool.
That's cool.
Actually, like Roy said, sleeping on the cruise was amazing, just because it's like all that ambient noise and the
Yeah,
stuff. Sleeping.
we really
was-
slept well. We slept well.
Yeah.
So we had a night, and actually one day or so when we went, and this was, what is it? It's the same whatever you did, Caribbean. Was it that East Caribbean or West?
Western.
Western. Okay, so we did a Western, and I don't know what we did, but we hit some water that was rough. So there was some moments of the ship rocking. It wasn't like that big a deal, but I remember laying in bed at night, feeling the wave. It was just constant. So I don't know if you
It
did you ever run
happens.
across that?
I had it during
We
the
didn't have
day.
it on this cruise.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's less common on the bigger ships, bigger newer ships.
Okay.
But I know when we first cruised years ago on the Wonder, our first night was pretty rough. I mean, the theater's up in front of the ship, and there was so much movement. There was some concern about safety for the actors because it was moving so much.
Oh, right, because they're
Yeah.
dancing and
Yeah, they're dancing. and
Jump
flying
up in the
around.
air and the stage moves 5 feet.
Yeah, the stage moves.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be rough. Okay,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
let's see here. I'm up to, let's see here. It looks like some pictures of a party going on.
Yeah,
That's the main lobby,
reception.
probably,
I think that's that was probably on Sunday. That was our C day, and that was formal day because I see everybody dressed up. And that was the night we went to Animators.
Is that a line?
Is that a what?
A line? Like a line to get in?
Yeah, the line probably for some character pictures. They had photographers everywhere taking your picture, and of course they sell them to you later. So there were a lot of lines, and they were passing out free champagne and beer at this thing, which again was a little surprising. It's like, really? But it was kind of nice. But this was before dinner, so we went down and kind of hung out. And
okay, so so then we're into Animators Palette.
That was our first night at Animators, and that was the interactive show. And there's some pictures there, kind of the Turtle Talk with Crush thing going on.
And I'll stick this video in also. So
yeah, and the food was good. I had a big old piece of tuna. It was nice.
It's good.
Very nice dessert. And very neat show. And you can just see that the restaurant just is very colorful and bright, and just a lot of neat animator stuff. Beside those screens, they've got all kinds of little knickknacks, books, and writing, drawing tools, and so forth that are really kind of cool. Just provides a really nice atmosphere, and the food was good.
The name is Crush, and I said hello, dicks! They live. Hey, check it out. It's me and my fishy family too. It's all you need to say.
okay, and this is looks like a steak that you have. I'm not sure.
Tuna.
Tuna.
It's the
Okay.
Tuna.
I wouldn't know that. I never eat.
Really good.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and it was quite tasty.
Is it seared?
Yeah,
It
it
sure
was.
looks
I would say it was super rare, but it was, obviously on the rare side. So it was seared pretty good. But and again, it wasn't great, but it was tasty. It was good.
Okay, and dessert
you get
here
your
is
Dessert was nice. Some kind of little custard thing on a brownie.
okay.
I like the seats. The seats are cool. With the Mickey Mouse buttons.
Yeah. I really like those. And then I love the plates with the paintbrush and the little Mickey head.
Yeah,
Very
really nice.
cool. And of course, you got a new animal on your bed every night. And then, of course, you got a new navigator. And there's your DVC promo piece. I'm not sure what that middle one is. Each night we had some chocolates, and by the last day we couldn't take chocolates off the ship, and I don't think we'd eaten but one or two of those chocolates, so we had a whole bunch of them just to leave for our stateroom host. Hope he likes them. Probably reused them.
Oh,
But so
man,
Sunday
don't
was a
say
seat
that.
day.
That's horrible. That's horrible, man. I reused them.
We should have put holes in them or poked them. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But I really enjoyed being at sea. We found a nice place on the front of the ship, at the adult section of the pool. There's a nice big area for adults. A place called Satellite Falls, which is on the top deck. They have 3 satellite balls on the front of the ship, and the middle one had just a circular space where you could just sit in the shade with kind of rain coming down in front of you, or you could sit on the other side of that and kind of be in the sun. But they'd come around, bringing drinks and so forth. But it was just a real nice, relaxing place to go.
Say very relaxing.
And,
It sounds like wow.
Yeah, very relaxing.
Yeah.
But then the next day we get to Cozumel early in the morning, and we head out about 10 o'clock for a tour of some Mayan ruins. And these Mayan ruins were kind of crazy. It was at this place, San Gervasio. This was a private property, and what I could tell from our guide was that this person owned this property, and he was some kind of builder of some sort. And timeline on this, I'm not real sure. Maybe late 1800s, early 1900s. But he actually destroyed a lot of the ruins using the rock and material to actually build buildings in town. So a lot of these ruins, you can see the pictures are just kind of blasted and torn up. And
How long ago was this that he actually did this?
I think it was early in the last century, or
Okay.
I forget the timeline on this, but it kind of boggles the mind that he was blowing this stuff up to use the material. But the mosquitoes at this place were horrible.
Oh,
Horrible. I mean, they were like just swarming you. So it took a little bit of the fun out of it. They had some bug spray for us. It helped immensely, but still a little.
How long were you
little
here
tough
that you
sledding.
had to bottle the mosquitoes?
We were there probably about 45 minutes.
wow.
But the bus ride there was maybe 30 minutes, 30 minutes. And then we got out and got sprayed down. And our guide was pretty good. He was pretty passionate. He was part Mayan. He had Mayan history in him and Mayan blood in him. And he was pretty passionate about the whole civilization and culture. And which was nice to have him sharing the history with us. But it was a very interesting place. Neat to see this, these ruins, and it's sad that they've been kind of destroyed by the guy that owned the place for many years, and the state took it over finally. But again, it was we were there long enough to get. I didn't think I got any bites. Alex unfortunately got some bites, but no sign of any illness, so that's good.
Yeah, that's worrisome.
But then
Huh?
but then after this, we drove around the island. We drove to the east side of the island, down to the south, and around to this little pool complex. It's kind of neat. I think that's where we went before when we were on our anniversary cruise, and they had a hurricane to tour us down to Cozumel. It's called Playa Maya or Playa Mia or something like that. It's like a pool complex and ocean toys and that kind of thing. So we hung out there for probably 2 hours, just relaxing in the water and taking it easy. Then back to the ship, and that picture of the ship was from Cozumel. And then at that point, we went back up on. You can see a picture up there with Minnie.
Yeah.
That's Satellite Falls. Alex is standing in the water there, and just a real relaxing place to be, right at the front of the ship. And that's where that panoramic picture is taken, right in front of that, off the front of the ship.
And this is kind of the Satellite Falls is kind of an adults area.
Yeah, adults only. And you can see there's a lot of shaded area there too. So the last couple of days it got really windy up there, but you could still kind of find some shielded area. But a lot of lounge chairs, you could just hang out and read, or just sit there and watch, look out at the ocean.
Not too crowded either.
Wasn't too bad. It was never.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a couple of days where it was pretty packed, but even then you could kind of find a spot. There's always space in the water to hang out. But again, the last couple of days it was really breezy. So much so that they turned off the falls because it was just blowing everywhere.
And so basically, you just hang out up here. They bring you drinks, stuff like that. Do they bring you food?
Yeah. They wouldn't bring you food, but you could walk down to the quick service place and grab. We'd usually walk by there coming up and grab some chicken.
Tell
and French fries
tell
or
Doug
something.
about the perks of cruise food. So yeah, he doesn't know
Yeah,
that.
I mean, you get hungry. You walk by. They had Flo's, like Flo's Cafe. So they
Get
had
outta
one
here.
window that was
Really?
one window that was chicken and French fries and burgers. One window that was fruit and that type of thing. And some days they'd have shrimp. They have the specialty of the day was shrimp, so you get a fried shrimp and just get what you want and eat it. And then the other side of the ship, they had same location, they had ice cream bar. You just go get a ice cream cone whenever you walk by. It was
24/7,
nice.
right?
Yeah, 24/7.
I'm
Yep.
afraid I would hurt myself.
Yeah, yeah.
That's one thing
Oh,
about
yeah.
a cruise. Yeah.
You can definitely eat a lot.
I
So
guess
we
so,
actually
just-
would go by there and take something up and nibble by the water.
I'm really, in the mood to just see this and just to kick back and relax. This looks nice, actually. Just sitting in a quiet area and just kind of hanging around. That would be kind of nice.
It was, and our days were actually pretty busy. Because we always had dinner and a show every night. The Cozumel day was the day we came back and ate at Remy, and the show that night was St. Magic Dave or something, and we really weren't that interested in going to that. So we hung out at Satellite Falls a little longer than we would have normally done that. So our dinner was 7:30, so we were probably up there till 6. Gave ourselves about an hour and a half to get ready and upstairs. But yeah, we had busy days. I mean, especially when we had a port day, it's because you're off the ship for 3, 4, 5 hours. You come back, you gotta get cleaned up, get to dinner, get a show, and then it's 9:30 at night, and it's not like we're night owls and we're not going clubbing or anything like that. So we're just kind of hanging out or getting ready for bed, because like the next day, we had 3 port days in a row. The only really early day was Wednesday in Jamaica. We had to meet at 7:30 in the theater. The Grand Cayman, we didn't leave till 11:45, so it wasn't too early. That was just me and Alex going snorkeling.
Get in there with the stingrays.
It did not. Went to there's a ship, the Kittiwake, which was a rescue ship for the Navy. It's one of the ships that went out to salvage the Challenger disaster, and they blew that up, sunk it 4, 5, 6 years ago, off the coast there at Grand Cayman, off 7 Mile Beach. So we dove there, and then they took us a little further and nice coral reef dive, just snorkeling. But it was a nice day. It was a nice big catamaran, very relaxing, beautiful, beautiful water, as you can expect.
Yeah.
But that ran till 3:45, and then I think all aboard was 4:45. So our beach day at Cozumel, we got back about 3, and I think all aboard was maybe 4:30. Jamaica, we got back about 2:30. All aboard was maybe 4:45. So we were never cutting it close with the all aboard, because you do not want to miss the ship.
No.
But
Yeah.
that's something to point out is and people will argue the other side of this as well. We will always book our shore excursions through Disney, through the cruise line, because they won't. I'm saying this, and I think it's accurate. They won't leave you if something happens to your excursion and you booked it through the cruise line as opposed to a third party on your own. They'll wait for you.
That makes sense.
Yeah, whereby because I could have booked through Costco, but then something happens, car breaks down, whatever, and I'm not back on the ship at 4:45. Bye. I gotta figure out how to get to the next stop, which would be a drag. That's one part that just freaks me out about cruising.
Yeah.
Is getting off and doing something. I'm not comfortable doing a free for all and just kind of winging it. I like to do the excursion because I want somebody taking me there and bringing me back in time. I do not want to risk missing the ship, because it happens.
I think it depends, because we did ours when we did Grand Cayman, it was right there. So we'd had to get the boat to get off the ship, and then it was a free for all. But we were right there in the city, so we knew when the ship left.
That's a little
easier.
different. Yeah.
Now, if you're going to the other side of the Jamaican island, that's different.
Yeah. I think even Cozumel, I think you could probably wing it yourself if you wanted to, but I really wouldn't want to there either. Just the nature of the area. But Jamaica, no way.
Yeah.
No way would I venture off. It's way too big. I mean, we drove an hour to our excursion. It was an hour away.
Okay.
So, I mean, and they got us back in time, but if you go off on your own, all of a sudden you don't get a taxi, or again, something happens. They go the wrong way, It's just a horrible feeling.
Yeah, that makes me sick to even think about.
Yeah. Well, and I was as nervous as could be about, because you got your key to the world card and your driver's license is really all you had to take. I usually took a little bit of cash just for a tip or something, or a drink or whatever. But our Jamaica trip was, we took this huge chairlift up to this mountain, and it was
we're gonna get to that. So there's pictures on it.
Yeah,
because I want to ask you about those.
What if I drop my ID in the woods? It's like, or you're in the water, you go snorkeling. What if somebody steals my thing? I'm not one to typically worry or freak out, but there's something about that just really.
No, that would drive me insane. I would
Yeah.
obsess over that, so I understand where you're at there. Okay.
Kind of why.
Yeah,
That's
so-
kind of why I think Disney would take care of me, but I don't know. On a Carnival cruise, I don't know. For whatever reason, I
No.
just feel like,
No, they would. They would.
you're out of luck, dude.
Yeah.
Get a helicopter and go home or something.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. Good luck.
Okay, so you
Good
guys
luck.
went to Remy.
We went to Remy that night. What an incredible dining experience.
Yes.
Just over the top.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take me through if you can remember some of these
This
things
stuff.
here.
This stuff looks really good.
Yeah. What is it?
Yeah, I mean, it was about a 7-course meal. The lobster, the little piece of lobster tail there was not part of our rotation, but it sounded so good and that they go, I'll bring you that. I will add that into it. So that was kind of a bonus,
awesome.
little plate of food there, and it was awesome. The first one was some chicken, and I can't tell you everything that was there, but they had an American chef order and then a French chef, and Alex and I chose the American chef list, and he kind of recommended that typically men like the American list, not because it's meat and potatoes, but it's just the nature of it. When you get down to the steak, that's kind of seals the deal. That Kobe steak was out of sight. If you're a meat lover, it was so
It's
good.
awesome.
The second picture there is a little piece of sea bass, and that was really, really tasty. Then a huge sea scallop. And of course, you can see the presentation of these things. They're just over the top.
yeah.
They bring the place out together, covered in a silver lid. So there'd be 3 of them. Set it down in front of us, and the guys say, and they'd pull it off together and present the food to you, and it was just scrumptious. And then that Kobe steak was just, I mean, have you guys ever had Kobe steak?
Nope.
I have not.
Oh my gosh.
Nope.
Apparently they treat these cows well. I mean, they massage them, they give them beer.
Get out of here, man.
They just live it up.
They
They're just
massage them.
nurtured and
Whisper.
and loved on, and then they
They go to
of course,
sleep
they
with
kill
Bach
them and
every
slaughter them
night.
and eat them. But it was just, I mean, a filet mignon is a nice cut of meat. This thing, these 2 pieces of meat here were just, I mean, so much better than a filet. Melt in your mouth. Melt in your mouth.
Okay, and this pattern.
And then
is this like a pattern on a chair or something? What is this?
yeah, it's on our seat. If you the picture of Alex you see, I know we're not going to show the personal picture, but
Yeah.
it was the bench he was sitting on, and you can
Okay.
see Remy in there. Can you see Remy in there?
I do not.
And the pattern?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the pattern.
Oh, I see him now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
His
see him too.
ear,
Right.
above the R is those little black things are his ear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
like
his
he's got
eyes.
his eyes closed,
smile.
a little smile on his face.
It's cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
and then of course the chairs they had too had Remy in the wood in the back of the chair.
Cool.
I guess I didn't include those.
And you don't see
Do they
little.
serve do they serve ratatouille?
Did they?
Because I mean, come on, that's his
I think
dish.
there was I think it was ratatouille under that chicken in that first course.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
because it did look like a vegetable kind of thing, and that's
Yeah,
I believe what
that
ratatouille
might
is.
be the ratatouille.
Cool.
And of course, the dessert was, the picture there by the pattern was our dessert,
Okay.
and then of course had a little piece of edible gold on top of it. You see that on that?
Yeah.
It has sticks. There's gold there, edible gold. So I
What
ate
is the
gold.
dessert? Do you remember? I mean,
It was a chocolate. That little glob on the right was like ice cream,
okay.
a little bit of ice cream, and then of course that it was like a
It looks like a
candy.
peanut brittle or something, like a hard.
Yeah, it
candy.
was like that, but it's very thin, and then it was more chocolatey than anything. It was very, I mean, it was chocolate overload, chocolate sticks, and that was like a little chocolate, almost like a chocolate truffle, I think. But
Looks really good.
um,
Oh, holy.
yeah,
cow.
and that chocolate on the plate is like a triangle you see on the plate itself.
Yeah.
That was like, it was weird. I kept trying to scrape it off. It was like, how did they get this on there? It's like it's burnt on there, somehow baked on there. Like it was food at one time, but it's baked on. It's not part of the plate, but it was part of the plate. It was very strange.
Huh.
It was almost like I think it comes off, but I couldn't get it off. It was really odd. But so we get done with our meal, and I think we're having coffee. Yeah, we're having coffee. And then he comes out and goes, "We have another surprise for you." And they bring out these. In this next picture, there's the tarts. There's a couple tarts there on that plate.
Yeah.
Cut in fourths. And then those little round things were like hazelnut, kind of donut like things. That was just scrumptious. And then some chocolates in that silver bowl were like almost like big flat pieces of chocolate with nuts sprinkled on it and so forth. Yeah, but it's like, seriously, more food. And then
that's what I was going to say.
To take home.
I thought, well, the portions look small, but then when you go through each
Oh, yeah.
thing, all of a sudden I'm thinking, wow, this is a lot of food.
Yeah. You add them up, and all of a sudden you got a pretty nice meal. Then the picture of all of us that's with our server, and then you can see the pillar there has Remy in there as well. That was kind of when you first walked in. You see that?
Yeah, that's kind of
wood.
straight out of the movie.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
And then so really, really nice meal. And Alex did the wine pairing. So every plate they brought out, they had a different wine to go with it. It's a little 2-ounce pour of it, but it was kind of neat.
Like a flight.
They started the
isn't
thing
that
off
what they call
with a complimentary champagne that they made at the table. It was in the thing. Obviously some champagne, but I think it had even a little bit of vodka in it. But he mixed it right there at the table, and it was really neat. And that's the first picture you see. So then we had to go back to the regular rotational dining the next
Okay,
night.
so stop here a second. So how does this work? Do you pay extra to go here? Is it one fee,
We did.
or do you pay for food, or what's the difference?
You pay a surcharge, and it was $85 a head.
Okay.
Which is a lot. Palo was 25. Now they've raised it to 30, but they actually honored our $25 figure because we had made the reservation before they increased the price, which was nice. So a big
Okay.
difference. And the wine pairing Alex did was $100.
Really?
Sure.
Yeah.
believe it.
And so I got
Okay.
one glass.
He's not
But it's all
married
you-
with he's not married with kids or anything yet.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
But it's all you can eat, right? Just like a normal dining dinner.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean,
I mean-
and again, like that lobster that was not part of rotation.
Right.
He, we were both interested in getting it, so he brought it out.
Right.
So yeah.
And your tip at the end probably went toward him too, right?
Yeah, we tipped him well.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Just curious.
But Palo again was $25 a head, and I'm sure I put some pictures in there of that. It's almost comparable to Remy. I mean, it's a very, very nice dining experience. You don't have all the different courses. It's a more traditional appetizer, main course, dessert kind of thing, but very elegant meal and high level of service and a very nice atmosphere.
Okay, so
I
now
doubt we'll ever be Remy again.
we are.
Let's
Let's see.
It is
here.
pricey.
You got a quick shot of something here back in your room. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Some kind of animal.
Yeah, that was after dinner. I don't know what that is. Some kind of
That's
like
good.
brontosaurus or something.
I thought, what the heck? I don't know what this is.
There were a
and-
few of these that I was like, what is that? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Because I felt like I'm an idiot. I probably just don't know what that even.
But the next picture, you see the napkin at Royal Court, kind of shaped like a slipper, a royal boot or something like that. And you see the bread basket there look like a carousel
Oh,
or
there
a
we go,
carriage.
Okay.
You see that?
Yep.
Yeah. So again, nice food there. Some shrimp over gumbo and some salmon, smoked salmon. It was very tasty. Some more, every night, of course, you get the animal, your stateroom host.
And this looks like some kind of walrus sitting in a chair or something. I don't know.
I don't know what this is.
Okay.
It looks like a little elephant or something, but
Yeah. They're just
Yeah,
making up
sitting on
species at this point.
they're making up critters. Yeah.
Yeah.
these next pictures, we come to Jamaica and our zip line bobsled excursion, which was a lot of fun. But it was bright and early, 7:30 in the morning till about 2:30, 3 o'clock. But it starts off with an hour drive, like I said, and then about a 20-25 minute chairlift up this hill. A couple pictures here. You see a Carnival cruise ship, and this is where is this? What's the name of this town? Ocho Rios is where this little ship is ported. And there's some other pictures from up top where we're waiting for the bobsleds. You're overlooking that bay. You can see the ship there. But pretty neat complex up there. They got this bobsled thing, which is more like a little roller coaster.
The bobsled thing too
Individual
reminds
cars.
me of. This is Jamaica, correct?
It's Jamaica.
Yeah, which reminds me. Do you remember the Disney movie Cool Runnings?
Yeah, and that's what this is about.
Okay, cool.
This is kind of what inspired this whole thing was the Olympic adventures of the bobsled team.
Awesome. So the sleds run pretty fast.
They go pretty fast, and they've just got you push the handle forward to just let it go and pull it back to brake if you want to. And I Patty wanted to ride with me, so they have like a seat belt that hooks you together, the two cars together. And we were booking pretty good down this hill, and I would brake on the turns just because I didn't know what the parameters of this thing were, how fast could you go around a turn. I didn't want to test it out.
Fly off.
But yeah, I didn't want to
No helmet.
die.
Thrown off into the jungle, you're not going to
Yeah,
make
no
it back
helmet.
to the ship. Yeah.
It costs a lot of money to fly a body back to the States. So,
Jeez.
but well, it does.
Well, especially when it's still stuck to a bobsled.
Yeah, you got to get it off the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it out of the bobsled.
You got to
but
pull
you're
it out of the
right,
trees.
This whole trek down the hill and this thing probably took all of maybe 30 seconds, 45
geez.
seconds, and then they pull you back up. So those next pictures of going up the hill, they pull you back up slowly, which was nice because you ended up at where you started. Then they had lunch for us, had some jerk chicken and traditional Jamaican food, and then we went zip lining.
Very cool, wasn't it?
Well, Anna, you want to step on down a little more? Yeah, you can get it better view. Step on some more. I'll have you connect. You won't fall. Good. You ready?
Yeah.
Legs apart. Don't close. Oh, hey, Andre, what happened? She's not moving. Get her off. Oh, God. You stand up. You okay?
Keep messing with me.
You got that, big boss? Okay, we're working together, big boss.
And that was a lot. That was a very, very nice adventure. Had two great guides, great sense of humor, very helpful, knew what they were doing, and 5 zip lines, one rappel, and we all 3 did it and had a great time. But the place was called Mystic Mountain Rainforest Bobsled. So very, very cool. And if you're ever in Jamaica, I would recommend it. It's right by the Duns Falls area, which is another big excursion that people go to. So, but that was an all-day affair. Again, an hour drive there. We were there probably, 2-3 hours, something like that. And then an hour drive back. And then we got hung up in Jamaica because the wind was so strong. We actually didn't take off for about an hour late, I think, because the captain wanted to let the winds die down before he tried to pull that out of there. So that was interesting.
Yeah, I'm still really intrigued by the bobsleds. Cool.
It was neat. It was really very
Okay, so the
neat.
zip line. How high were you, do you think, above? Or how long was the zip line?
Not horribly. It wasn't like we were probably 100 feet, if that. I mean, it wasn't like you're flying over above the canopy or anything like that. It was, but it was neat. I mean, there were a couple shorter ones and a couple long ones. The rappel was pretty cool. I mean, they kind of controlled it for you, and they braked you on the zip lines. Their one guy went ahead and he'd brake you as you came in. So again, they were very, very, very helpful, very pleasant people.
Patty did all right, even though
Yeah, she loved it. You know, it was
Okay.
out of her comfort zone for sure.
Right. Yeah.
But once, and just like all of us, once we kind of get there and commit to doing it, we have a great time, and she had a great time.
Cool.
She loved it. Yeah. It was
Okay,
very, very
so
cool.
looks like we're back to more chocolates.
Yeah. Well, that's just a picture of the
Remy.
Remy chocolates we got.
from Remy.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, from Remy
Yeah.
still. Okay,
Uh,
and then
but
we're
that
on to
night
Paolo.
we came back, and again, we did not. They were showing Inside Out in the theater. This is the pirate night on the ship. So again, we came back. We hung out a little bit at Satellite Falls, but again, it was very, very windy. So they had the falls turned off, but we were able to just chill in the water and relax. We had Palo at 7, so we probably left there at 5:30 to get ready for Palo.
So is this the
And,
Palo meal?
Again, it's the Palo meal. Had a plate of thinly sliced meats and artichokes and olives, and just as a little prelude, some calamari, which is very, very good. The filet, we both got the filet. I'm not sure what Patty got. I don't have a picture of hers. But we also were interested in that. There's a mushroom risotto there in one of those pictures, and that's a meal in and of itself. And
Oh yeah.
both Alex and I kind of had Le Cellier in mind, so like, hey, can we get some of that mushroom risotto? So she brought out one plate of that, and we kind of shared it between us as we were eating our steak.
That's
But the
good.
fillet, you can see, is huge. It was a 10-ounce fillet. It's just
Oh, wow.
ginormous.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's huge. And of course, they're famous for their chocolate souffle, which is that next picture with a little ice cream and like a vanilla cream and a chocolate cream that you'd pour in together in the souffle and eat it. And it was really, really good. And then we also got, is this some kind of a tiramisu? I think we got that as well. So you had to get the souffle. They come out like 20, it takes 20 minutes to prepare. So they ask you before you're even done, are you going to want the souffle? And it's like, oh yeah. So they can get that ready. But then you also get another dessert.
Oh yeah.
So I got the tiramisu, which is, again, they're smaller pieces, they're smaller servings. So I guess I'm trying to convince myself I didn't eat too much, but it was good. It was very, very good.
It was worth it.
Another great meal. And then of course came back and had a monkey hanging in our room. And that was a pirate night. So we went back and kind of changed our clothes a little bit. And they'd given us bandanas to put on, and that was the extent of our pirate costume. But it was a pretty neat show. And then of course they had fireworks off the ship, which is very, very cool. And that's in that one video.
What's the
I got some video.
what's the meat hanging from the from the hanger?
That's
It's a
our monkey.
He talked
Okay,
about
That's
that
our
already.
monkey.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
a monkey.
You missed the monkey.
Okay.
What did you say? Meat?
Well, that's what it looks like. It reminds me of a deer hanging.
My
Reminds me
gosh,
of-
that's like wow.
Yeah, it reminds me of a deer hanging. And anyway, let's not go into it. I'm not a hunter, but I've been around too many people
Is
who
that
are
what your deer
hunters.
looks like?
So anyway,
All right. Maybe we can. There's a lot of video here. I don't know if you want to play any of that.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
probably put it all into a video. I'll
Cool.
put all this into a video along with the show if I can.
Mysterious waters. I tell you, mates, the legends be true. And mark well ye words. Dead man tell no tales. Stand fast, ye swabs, and prepare to be boarded! All hands, secure the ship! Now that we be in possession of this here vessel, we want what was taken from us. The golden gauntlet! The golden gauntlet belongs to us! We need to have it back!
It's a powerful weapon.
It can destroy an entire ship with a single blast. The gauntlet is magic! It can make fire in the sky! It's all be true. Who possesses it controls us. And his name is Jack Sparrow. Sounds like they added him. And me bones tell me they be hiding the little rat. Aren't ya? He's here! Find him! Show yourself, the mangy hurry!
You come to stop, you coward!
Mark well, we will find him! Show yourself!
Ah, there you are!
Where?
Here! Wait, you're not him! Jack, come back to me! I have a surprise for you. So do I!
Hey! Enough! Turn Sparrow over to us! Or we'll send a lot of you to David Jones! Now tell us, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he?
Yes, where is he? I'm sorry, who are we looking for?
Jack Sparrow!
There should be a captain in there somewhere. Now, kindly unhand me shipmates. Or shall I send you to Davy Jones?
So they are your shipmates.
I think so. I can't do this all by my onesie, savvy? So you are my shipmates then, are you not? There you have it, me shipmates.
Very well. Then they shall share your fate!
Whoops, sorry.
Fire!
Oh, good. Did everyone see that? Because I will not be doing it again.
I'll use that rope to hang him! First get the gauntlet! Deal!
Turn around.
Get the gauntlet! Don't let him get away! Use the gauntlet, Sparrow! I'm to meet you!
Changing course. Stop, look. Ah! Peace. Little help from my crew would have been nice, savvy?
Give me that gauntlet, Sparrow! It's ours!
Possession is, in fact, 9/10 of the law.
Then we'll possess it!
It's really more of a guideline than a law.
Time for your date with a noose!
I'm canceling that bit.
But you didn't mind! Who is she?
I don't know if I deserve that.
I'll be taking the gauntlet back, Jack. And your hand with it! I'll take his hand! Any last words?
Just one. Fire!
No, no, no! You're
Oh, Jack!
Hold, please!
I deserve that.
Marry me, Jack!
If you had a sister and a dog, I'd choose the dog.
Hey! I knew you'd come around.
Goodbye.
Oh, that's it, Jack Sparrow!
Nice club.
Sparrow!
He was leading. The gauntlet is ours.
The celebration is over! The gauntlet now belongs to me! What? Never! I say it be mine!
Thank you. If you take into account all the unacceptable circumstances I've come to endure whilst pursuing that gold mitten over these many years, my crew mutinied against me and left me to rot on a godforsaken island twice, with not nearly enough room to sustain a man of mine. Thirst. I was cursed, transformed into a positively wretched skeleton, which is absolute murder on the skin. I was improperly prepared and almost eaten by cannibals. I was actually eaten by the Kraken, and most recently forced to endure zombies, mermaids, and a lost lover who enjoys dressing in men's clothing, mine, while trying to kill me. So I ask you, who deserves possession of the golden gauntlet? Them? Or little old me, eh? There you have it. So, do we have an accord? Well played. And as for you, any last words? Parley? Parley? I can't argue with that. As much as it pains me not to blast you to Kingdom Come, welcome aboard! Ah, one big happy
What picture after that? What is that? Is that your room?
No, that's Cabanas. That's the buffet
Oh,
where
all
we'd
right.
go for breakfast.
Just sat near the
Like,
window
it
or
was just-
something.
Yeah, just sat by the window and.
Cool.
That's gorgeous.
How was
Yeah.
I don't know. How was coffee and stuff like that? Like
Good. It was good coffee.
good
I
coffee.
thought.
Yeah.
We never took advantage of room service.
Sure.
Just I didn't want to wait on it and didn't really need to. So
Yep.
we just go to Cabanas and get some breakfast and be on our way.
So room
The next
service,
picture you see there. Go ahead.
room service is free though, correct? I mean, if you want to use room service,
It is. It is. But I mean, you're going to tip the person that brings you food.
right.
And I think that's the only way you can get a Mickey bar on the ship is through room service. So I'd contemplated ordering a Mickey bar, but I did get one the last night at dinner for dessert. He brought out one for me and that's the only Mickey bar I had the whole trip, which is just shocking to me. Things gone wrong. But the next, if you guys can you see that Auto Awesome picture?
Yes. Yeah. What
Yeah.
How
is
do you
that?
do that?
Google does it. It strings a
Really?
few together. You can
It's,
make
it's
your
like a
own, too.
GIF, right?
Yeah,
Crazy.
exactly. But those pictures on your placemat, they give you the outline of the head and the arms and the body and the legs, of course, and you have to stay inside the lines, but you can draw whatever you want. You know, ahead, obviously, you can make it clean, but and then they take it back and they animate them. Now, what you're looking at here is just a simple little dancing across the screen animation, but they even had some scenes where they would have one of these characters dancing with a princess, or some really neat motion was going on. So it was very, very cool. I think I did. No, I didn't share that video, but I've got the video, some more video of that, which I probably. Oh yeah, maybe I do have it.
You've got some.
Yeah, further down there, I think might have some more. But very, very neat. I was very impressed with how that played out. It was very cool. And then at the end, they run credits and they show everybody's name because you signed your name to the artwork. So you had your name run across the screen, and you could pick your guy out because they'd show. It's a big restaurant, and there were a couple screens that were by us, and our screens had our guys on it. And if you were sitting across the room, you weren't looking at ours. You were looking at your group's pictures. So even that's pretty cool that they were able to separate the room into sections and play independently of the others. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very cool. Very.
Tell me when your sleep is up.
I think mine's on the right. Or wait, no, never mind.
Sure?
I'm sure. man.
Is that yours?
And that's yours, Dad. Is that yours, Mom?
That's mine.
Which one? Second? First one?
On the left.
What color is your sandwich?
Thanks, everybody. See y'all real soon.
Next, of course, you got a little critter on the bed there with sunglasses again. I don't know what that is.
Brontosaurus.
Giraffe or something. Another brontosaurus.
Anteater? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway.
Could be an anteater. But the next couple pictures are us backing into Castaway Key.
Nice.
They told us about 7:30 if you were up that we'd be backing in, and sure enough, I woke up, to go to the bathroom or something, and I should peek out, and sure enough, we were backing in, and what a beautiful place, just absolutely gorgeous. Had a great day on the Serenity Bay beach, which is the adult beach, and you can see those pictures. There's one with my feet in it, and I'm just looking at it, and you can see a sandbar out there, the light-colored water. There's a sandbar all the way out, and I guess they brought the sand in last year to make the sandbar. But you can walk out to there. And there's one little stretch about 10 feet before you get there that you kind of have to swim, but just gorgeous, clear water, calm water.
Yep.
You could rent a raft for like $10 and just float around, and you can just see how calm it is. There's no waves.
Building
anything.
that break
the
there,
beach is,
that sandbar probably helped with that.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, and they on the other side they do have a continuation of like some rocks and so forth that they've used on the other side. So just there were people finding some conch shells and some starfish and so forth, which was kind of cool. But you can see the beach, how manicured it is. It's just, even the chairs are just slightly angled, like tiered. I guess there's like 100 people that live on this island and take care of it for Disney. That's what they said.
Wow.
But just gorgeous. I would, we've talked about those 5-day cruises, which all but I think one stopped at Castaway twice. So you really just go to Nassau, you have a day at sea, Nassau, Castaway. I got the order wrong, but you go to Castaway twice, which I would do in a minute, because I enjoy the ship, and Castaway Key is an incredible destination.
It's a smaller ship though when you go on those, right? Shorter ones.
It may be the Wonder. Yeah.
so
But
you
that's
wouldn't
fine.
get.
It's
Yeah.
still
Well, you
nice.
just
It's
Palo and all that. That's only on the bigger ships, right?
they have Palo on the Wonder. They don't have Remy on the other one, but they have
Oh,
Palo
okay.
on all the ships. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, they have plenty of shopping, and I got a coffee mug at Castaway, and which was kind of nice. Got the obligatory pictures with the ship in the background, and
Really nice.
beautiful day. Had a little storm kind of trying to roll in, but it never rained. Had some thunder going on. You can kind of see it in one of those pictures. Actually, I put a time lapse video up there, and you can see it. I was trying to see if I could get the clouds moving at all, but they really didn't in the time lapse. But you can see the storm kind of off on the right part of that screen. And then that night, had some nice dinner. Where'd we go? Enchanted Garden, and that's that tuna, sesame tuna, pretty rare tuna, lobster bisque.
Now I've seen
Looks
pictures
fun.
of
Looks
Enchanted
fun.
Garden, and it looks really cool. Like it's an atrium, kind of. Or
It's like an atrium. There's one picture there where it's like the atrium would change colors.
Yeah.
As the evening went on, I thought the whole ceiling was going to change because the ceiling has holes in it. It's like perforated. It has holes in it, and it reminded me of an animated palette on the older ship, and that's what they used to illuminate pictures from behind. It would be like it would look like, if you look at the picture, it looks like a solid piece of ceiling, but it actually has holes in it. But it never changed colors. It didn't do anything. So I'm not sure why it had holes in it. But
would that be just to
the window
eliminate odors and stuff from people down below?
Maybe.
Or
Maybe. Could be.
heat might build up in the room too, just from
It
just
could
from
be,
bodies.
'cause
being
this is on the second level.
Yeah.
Royal Court animators were on the third level, one floor above. So this is pretty far down the ship. It could have a factor. Those flowers lights would be closed, like the leaves would be closed down, pointing down. When you came in, as the evening progressed, they'd slowly open up and brighten. And then, of course, the glass, it'd be like the evening would be changing and colors would change. And it was a neat restaurant. But again, I was hoping for the whole ceiling to be changing, is what I had in my head is what was going to happen. And that's my Mickey bar. I had a Mickey bar for dessert. I just had.
I was going to say, is that?
I was a little disappointed they squirted chocolate and put sprinkles on it. It's like, it's a Mickey bar.
Yeah. You want it just to be just simple.
Yeah, I don't even need a bowl.
That's what makes them so good. They're just simple.
Yeah, they don't need anything else.
Cameron wouldn't know anything about that though.
No, too sweet.
Yeah, I ate like 3 of those things at 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, wasn't it, Cameron? Before the parade,
Yeah.
the Frozen parade.
Wait, they're giving those away, Roy. You'd love it there.
What? Mickey bars too sweet?
Oh,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
There's no such thing.
You've never had their cupcakes, then, have you? Because those things are too sweet.
Yeah, he wouldn't even
No.
get near that. You would hear
Like
him
that-
just shriek
I'm more of a savory tongue sort of guy.
Oh man, those cupcakes, that was too sweat for me. Those,
Really?
anyway, those are Disney's style. But anyway.
So you took
That's
pictures
why all
of
the
the
kids like them, huh? Those are popular. Anyway, sorry.
You took pictures of the bathroom, Roy.
I did, and that's a little weird, I know, but
a little weird.
No, it's
I
not.
know.
It looks like Star Trek or something.
It's
it's funny you say that because this is on level 3 in the back of the ship. Kind of there was a hallway between some of the nightclub areas, and it kind of reminded you of Tatooine.
Oh yeah.
And in this hallway there were bathrooms, and this is one of the bathrooms, and it's really you can see they're circular. There's a urinal, and then the door it was a circular door. It would pull shut, and you have this huge space.
Slides in and out,
and it was like tile work and everything, and it was just
that's cool.
It was really pretty. So I thought I should take a picture of it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I did.
That's cool.
Another animal on my bed. I'm really not sure what it is. Swan.
Yeah, there we go. I think you're right on that one. A swan.
Swan. Okay.
Yeah.
So anywho, that was that was our last night, and that's kind of a crazy night because you're packing up, you're getting all your luggage out because you had to have it out in the hallway by 10:30, and they would take it for you and take it off the ship the next morning. So you had to decide what you're going to wear, get your bathroom stuff, and just figure all that logistics out.
So tell me,
we
after
managed.
all this is said and done, did you feel really rested coming off of this?
We did. We did. I mean, again, I mentioned our days were at times busy. I mean, because once we got to dinner, it was a pretty full evening between dinner and the show and maybe some shopping, just kind of hanging out, walking around, and then getting ready for the next day.
But
Because, again, we
you
had
didn't
three-
feel like you've been walking
Go
the
ahead.
parks all day long, did you?
No, not even close.
Okay.
It was very relaxing because every day we hung out at the pool. We'd go up and just chill at Satellite Falls and just relax. So it was really good family time as always at Disney. And the ship was a very nice ship. Just a lot to do. Everybody was very helpful and pleasant. And of course, you're getting dressed up, so you're getting your picture taken time and time again. And we had a few DVC things we went to and got some free stuff. It's always fun to get free stuff. But I had never done a 7-day cruise, and it was really nice. It was nice to unpack and just know you're going to be there, for multiple days. On 3 and 4 day cruises, and those things just come and go so fast that it's, you unpack and then you're packing up, a day later because you got to have it outside in the hallway by 10:30, and it gets a little hectic and disjointed. But
Or do you
very
go out
relaxing.
the shorter cruises? Do you go away from those feeling like you didn't get enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I've said is like I really want to go on a 7-day next because I don't want to do a 4-day again, a 3 or 4 day, because it just doesn't seem long enough. And you're paying a pretty good premium. It's almost like just going to the park for 2 or 3 days. You may as well go for 5 or 6.
If you're there,
it's not going to cost you much more. You're there.
All right.
So and you get three ports of call on a 7.
And tell me, so
which is
how
nice.
expensive are the excursions?
If going back to the tour and the beach day, that was maybe $40 a head, which
Okay.
wasn't too
Yeah,
bad.
that's not bad.
The catamaran and snorkel trip, I think that was maybe $65 a head. The zip line bobsled thing, that was about $115 a head. That was a little pricey, but it was a pretty full day. And again, you're driving for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So you got fuel, you got a driver, you got a tour guide, and then passes up to this place, zip lining. Go zip lining down in Hawk Hills or anywhere else, you're probably going to pay what, 60, 70, $80.
Oh, it's $100 just to do the
Is
zip
it?
line, and then it's if you want to do, I think it's $100 to do the full zip line, which I think is still only, I want to say 300 or 400 yards in total, and it's separate zip lines.
Really?
Yeah. So I think you're doing 4 separate zip lines. Each one is 100 yards. But and so yeah, so the more zip lines you do, the more expensive the trip is. But yeah, so
Yeah.
So what
So
you're
not
talking about?
not too bad if you think about that,
Right.
because you got the bobsled thing, you got the zip lining, you got lunch. They fed you,
Right.
so it worked out pretty well. But they do vary in price, obviously. From low to high.
And you don't have to do
We
them,
kinda cover-
correct?
You don't have to do it if you want to stay on the ship. And I had contemplated, I'd kind of proposed initially to stay on the ship in Cozumel, just because I don't know, there's not a whole lot there to see. But Alex really wanted to get off the ship. I've never been to Mexico. I'd like to get off and do something. So, okay, so we did.
That's kind of why you're there.
But
yeah.
it's a good day to stay on the ship if you want to do the aqueduct or something like that, swim in the pool.
Yeah.
The crowds are going to be down.
That's actually a great point.
But
Okay.
I would do
Wow.
a 7-day again, but I'd like to try that 5-day with 2 stops in Castaway. Would be a hoot.
Yeah. Well, heck,
So,
this has been great.
Awesome.
Actually,
Yeah.
this has been great because I know I've figured out a lot for myself for somebody who hasn't been on a cruise or a Disney cruise, even at that. And I've considered it maybe doing one in April, but I wasn't sure about the amount of time I wanted to be on there and stuff like that. So
Well, I mean, if you're not sure, I wouldn't hesitate to do a 4-day as your first cruise.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I
Yeah, 'cause
wouldn't do a 3-day.
If somebody doesn't like it, I don't want to be stuck on the ship with them
No.
for
Right,
too long. So
right.
We did,
I would-
Yeah, our first and only was a 7-day, and we decided our last 2 days was like sea days, so it wasn't as good because we're kind of like, okay, let's get off the ship. But anyway.
Well, no, that's what my father-in-law told me, that he said he was bored to death. He wasn't on a Disney cruise. I think.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what the cruise line was.
Yeah.
So he said after
we,
a little bit of time he was bored. So
there's so much to do. I mean, there's no reason to be bored. I mean, we saw Tomorrowland, we saw Inside Out. We could have seen Age of Ultron was on there as well. If you just want to go check out some movies, and they were on late at night.
Oh, they are.
We
Okay.
only saw 2 movies. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're there during the day as well, but typically you're either off the ship on an excursion or
swimming or doing something.
But
yeah.
But there's always stuff going on. There's big bingo things they do, big jackpots and stuff like that. And there's always talent shows. There's tastings. Alex and I did go to a beer tasting the last night.
Cool.
In the Irish pub, which was cool. Yeah. It was,
Well, they have Irish pub.
Yeah, there's an Irish pub on board, champagne place, the Skyline Lounge, which we went to the last night, which is where they had the windows that rotate. It's like you're looking out at Venice or Russia or Paris, and then it's almost like you're looking out because there's actually cars driving. You can see people in apartments and
cool. So it's actually a moving picture.
Yeah, I didn't share those. I need to share some of that stuff with you guys.
Yeah, stick those on over, and I will. If you've got anything that shows that.
Yeah, I'll drag a few of those in here.
Oh yeah, I'd like to see
of
everything you got.
Yeah, and I'll use them. I'll use them, put everything into a video, and then try to put it along with the show, even with us talking. So I would definitely I could go through that myself.
Stuff over.
Sounds great.
I took so many pictures. Yeah, it was a great time. I highly recommend it. Again, shore excursions, I think, are the way to go. Make sure you go down a day early. Definitely, in case you missed your
I would
flight
have
or
to
weather.
do that because that freaks me out. So, yeah, we're kindred spirits when you talked about that, because I freak out about just getting to the airport on time. So, I mean, I'll show up there 3 hours early like some kind of idiot and sit there. But
Well, I tell you what, flying out of Orlando, we got there plenty of time, but the security line was out of sight. We were in security for 45 minutes.
Yeah, it can be bad there.
It was real bad.
I don't know if I've mentioned this on the show, but just recently I flew to Nashville, and flying back, they actually let me go to pre-TSA. Have you ever been admitted into that? Just like go.
I for whatever reason, I never get it. But Patty has gotten it like 2 or 3 times on her ticket. She always stays with me, but yeah, it would have been nice to have it because those lines, you could walk right through.
Holy cow! I was just blown away. So, yeah, I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. I kept trying to, have them check all this and that, and the lady kept telling me, no, you don't have to have any of that stuff done. So anyway, yeah, I just knew I had never mentioned that on the show, and then after seeing the lines you were in, just the security lines and stuff, it made me think of that, of what a nightmare that all is. So, okay,
well, I just don't recall the lines being that bad, but it was on this trip. They were horrible.
The last time I flew out, in Orlando, there were probably, I was standing in line with about 100 people, and the security guy got upset and said, "Who all in here has pre-TSA clearance?" And I'm telling you, half of them put their hands up, and he said, "What are you doing in this line?" And
oh my gosh.
That's what kind of made me think of then that they allowed me to go through pre-TSA in Nashville. And so you see all of these people as he's scolding them, leave the line, and he's like, "What did you all think that you paid and went through pre-TSA clearance for? To just stand in line with everybody else?" And so, yeah, anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just one of those things, and I remember just being blown away of watching half of the crowd around me just clear out, and then I'm thinking, what the heck, man? I know what pre-TSA is, and I know where you should have gone, and I don't even have it. You paid for it and went through the clearance, and then you're not even using it. So,
well,
anyway.
you know what? They may not have, because like I said, Patty's had it added to her ticket a couple times, and we didn't pay for it. It was just like a random thing.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I just walked up, and all of a sudden the guy just said,
that may
"Go
have been
over
the case with them, that they didn't pay for anything, and they didn't really know what to do.
man, I just wanted to sing. I can't stand going through security. It just drives me crazy because I always have multiple computers and everything with me. And all of a sudden, here I was just able to like dance and sing like Mary Poppins through the line or something.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that was one way to end the show. So, okay.
Good stuff.
Hey, Adam, your kid slept through the whole show. That rocks.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. And we kept Cameron awake through all of it.
I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm serious. I was just messing with the app.
Actually, no, that was funny. That was great. Great way to kick things off. Roy, man, thanks so much for everybody. And I know that no one else knows this, but Roy actually kept us all on the trip with him by sending back pictures and doing stuff all the time to kind of let us know what was going on. So I felt like during his time while he was there, I kind of felt like I was in parts of the trip with him. So I got to thank
it was hard to couldn't do it on the ship really because we had very limited access. It was we bought 300 meg of data to use for the week, and I logged in the first day and I didn't log out. And I had everything turned off on my phone, but I ate up 150 meg. Like it's like, oh no! And we were able to eke it out the rest of the week, just logging in, checking email, and logging out. But really wasn't enough to upload or send pictures or anything like that. But I tried to bring you along when I could, and I hope you guys enjoyed what I shared.
Oh, it was great. It was a blast.
Yeah,
even through your dark moments of missing flights and all that.
Well, I got to be honest. You were driving the same route from Tampa to Disney that I was 3 weeks earlier, so I was cheering you along. I'm like, you can do it. You can make it. You can go. So anyway.
I know. I appreciated that too.
Yeah.
I appreciate that very much. I was worried about the traffic, but it was clear sailing.
Well, I was just thinking about the rainstorms we hit on that route, and it was, just slow work and everything. But anyway.
All right,
good.
Roy, thanks so much for for taking us through your trip. At least the cruise side of it. So we have a lot more. Roy's got a lot of stuff he wants to say about downtown Disney and places that he ate and things that he did there, things that he saw. So we're going to do another show here at some other point. Roy's pretty busy with a lot of stuff that's going on within family. So when he gets a chance, he'll be back on with us again, and we'll talk our way through that. So
looking forward to it.
All right. Well, for now, guys, I guess we will say good night.
Adios.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. Have a good week.
Thank you for listening.
Stay tuned for more stuff. I got more stuff coming up my sleeves, too. So
awesome.
Take us out of here, Cameron.
Bye, everybody.
There we go. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.